drag queen, well perhaps you're gay. Is there a point to all these fancy clothes? With all these buckles from your head down to your toes. It's very simple, but I'm just another girl. It's not so easy, but I'm giving it a whirl. Is there something that you're trying to prove? With all the makeup and the way you move, are you looking for some sympathy? No, I'm trying to be the best girl I can be. It's very simple, but I'm just another girl. It's not so easy, but I'm giving it a whirl. Like my martinis dry, cosmos I won't deny. Smoke those long cigarettes. Thank God I'm not dead yet. Done all these crazy things, short of a wedding ring. Just a
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Callista Solon, and you're watching NLC Trans. Tonight I'm here with my very dear friend and co-host, Tara Alexander. Stacy could not make it. Renee could also not make it. Okay, both Stacy and Renee were unable to make it tonight.
And our scheduled guest could not make it.
And our scheduled guest could not make it. Our scheduled guest we're supposed to have Dr. Jeffrey Spiegel on, and who is chief of laryngology and chief of plastic surgery at Boston Med. And he was supposed to be on tonight, but he's a surgeon. You know, these things happen. So we will be rescheduling that. And I'm going to ask, because I'm very confused now about a whole bunch of things, but I'm going to ask Renee, our activities director and guest coordinator, to call us tonight and give us a sort of a rundown on where we are with our guests. Because we've had a whole bunch of changes. We have, I don't think we have Dr. Spiegel rescheduled yet, but we've had other changes, so hopefully we'll get that all straight. Anyway,
The guest that we were supposed to have next week, the nurse from the veterans facility, the therapist nurse from the veterans facility, got pushed out a week to the 9th.
Right.
And then 2 weeks after that, we have another guest.
Yeah. Yes. God.
But I forgot the calendar, so.
Yes. We have a representative from Seawolf coming on.
That's right.
Which is Tamarkin. Her name is Tamarkin. Oh God, I'm drawing a blank now. I have her card sitting on my desk at home.
Oh gosh.
Is it Sally? Sally Tamarkin, I think.
It's possible.
Who is a representative of Seawolf, which, of course, the alphabet soup, nobody knows what that means.
CWEALF.
Yes, that's the Connecticut Women's Education and Legal Fund.
I think so.
Yes. And we're going to have her on in the near future, and hopefully we'll get this all straightened out so we can kind of give you a rundown on. And we have a call. Let's see if that's Renee. Good evening, NLC Trans. You're on the air.
Good evening, girls.
Hi,
How are you?
Well, thank you for calling.
Yes. You need a rundown?
Yeah, if you would, please.
Okay. Unfortunately, Dr. Spiegel couldn't make it. I apologize for that.
Yeah,
but
that's
I did speak,
understandable.
I did speak to them, and they're supposed to schedule in a couple of weeks. So, let's see. June 9th is Marie Upton.
Marie Upton, okay.
From the Veterans in Springfield, Mass.
Right.
The old
And
soldiers'
then
home.
June 30th is Sally. I can't pronounce her last
Tamarkin,
name.
I think.
Yeah, Sally Tamarkin.
On Connecticut Women's Education.
Yep.
And that's
We had scheduled.
Is it?
that's basically about it.
Yeah.
What I have up to date.
Okay, and we have some other possibilities in the near future.
Yeah, there's several guests in the works.
Okay, so the 30th and the 9th.
The 9th and 30th.
And
yeah.
yeah, the old soldiers' home, which is kind of neat. It's right on top of Mount Tom, I think, isn't it? Massachusetts. It's sits way up on top of the hill there. It's really kind of cool. They have a great view. It's the old
Saw it from 91.
My father used to always talk about the old soldiers' home. That's just why it's just. Anyway, it's kind of but anyway, so she's going to be on the 9th.
And we should point out that nowadays it's not just the old soldiers' home.
Yeah, I know.
VA is serving
sure.
veterans of all ages coming back from
and they certainly have. It's just that particular one somehow was always called, and I think because it says right on the building. But
in the landscaping, on the hill in front of it, it says in the landscaping, old soldiers' home.
But it was always sort of referred to as that, and it's a kind of the grounds are very pretty. Actually, it's kind of an interesting and very pretty location. Just better than most probably, and I don't know. Not that means anything. It's just an observation.
Well, and the funny thing is, having grown up in Newington, there at least was. I think it's still active. There was a VA office in Newington, right on Wilson Avenue there, next to the high school. So growing up in Newington, having a VA nearby, just felt normal.
Yeah.
I didn't realize they were so few and far between.
Yeah, I'm much more familiar with the one in West Haven. I spent a lot of time there with my father, but yeah. Anyway, VAs, useful things certainly, and especially now, a lot of soldiers having problems and stuff. Anyway,
and for the first time, VAs had to address the specific needs of women soldiers coming back.
Yes.
There hasn't been, well, I shouldn't say exactly hasn't been, but there are a lot of women coming back suffering from the after effects of some of the sexual and gender bias and abuse in the military.
Yeah.
Especially, quote unquote, on the front lines, because you can draw a line through Iraq and Afghanistan and say this is the front line.
Yeah.
But
anyway, I didn't mean to get off topic, Renee. I know you're still there.
Yes, I am.
So is everything going well with you up where you are?
Yes, it is. So far,
good.
so good. Yeah,
Good.
it's going good. No complaints.
Good. I know there were some there was things going on with you, and I just wanted to make sure everything was okay.
Yes, that is going so far so good.
Good.
So this would all count as another tangent.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know.
I'm hoping that it just goes away and.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's it seems promising now anyway that
yes,
everything will be okay.
It's been like a couple of weeks, so
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that's the case.
Yeah.
And I hear we'll see you for Pride.
Yes.
Yes, I'm planning on it.
Good.
Do you have a time on that? As far as
The actual Pride event goes from, I believe, 12 to 7, but we have to find out the specifics. We haven't gotten the details of when we can show up and set up, which will dictate when we have to leave.
Yeah.
okay.
But it'll be morning anyway.
It'll be morning. I mean, we will probably be able to start setting up, I would think, 10:30, 10 o'clock, which means it's an hour drive away. We're looking probably 8:30
Okay.
to be getting ready.
Yeah. Well, and we'll let you know the